We will update the regulatory regime to reduce the operating costs of taxis and rationalize the inspection regime for taxis and PHCs. First, we will extend the statutory lifespan of taxis to 10 years, up from the current 8 years. We can do this as our taxi fleet is highly roadworthy. In 2023, taxis have a first inspection passing rate, or FPIR, of 99.5%, well above the 98% passing standard for taxi operators. Extending the statutory lifespan will allow taxi operators to spread the vehicle costs over a longer period of time. LTA will work with taxi operators to ensure that cost savings are passed to the drivers. Second, for taxis less than 3 years old, we will reduce inspection frequency from once every 6 months to once a year to reduce the downtime. These newer taxis are very well maintained with an FIPR of 99.8% in 2023. Third, for PHCs that are more than 10 years old, we will increase inspection frequency to half yearly, up from yearly currently. In 2023, among PHCs aged above 10 years old, the FIPR was 84.5%. The higher inspection frequency will ensure that older PHCs are roadworthy to serve commuters. Fourth, we will gradually remove the call booking requirement for smaller taxi operators, given the high cost relative to low utilization rate. We are mindful that a small segment of commuters, comprising about 1% of P2P trips, still rely on this service. Hence, Comfort Delgro, which currently fulfills more than 99% of call booking trips, will continue to offer this service. Another important way to ensure the supply of taxis is to maintain a pool of taxi drivers' vocational licensees, or TDVL, as they can choose to drive either taxis or PHCs. In our engagements, drivers gave feedback that they found it easier to obtain PHC's driving vocational license. To encourage more prospective P2P drivers to take up the TDVL, we will streamline the curriculum to reduce effort and cost to obtain the license. First, we will introduce baseline standards for operational disruptions. We will require operators to inform LTA, commuters, and drivers upon confirmation of any systemic incident that will impair P2P services within an hour. They will also be required to submit an incident report outlining measures taken to resolve the incident. Further, ride-hail operators will need to develop and regularly review their contingency plans to mitigate future incidents. Second, we will double the notification period for P2P operators that intend to exit the market. P2P operators will have to provide an exit plan to LTA at least 120 days before surrendering their license, up from the current 60 days. In addition, operators will need to inform the public at least 60 days prior to their license surrender date. This will provide sufficient time for commuters and drivers to cash out their electronic wallets and transit to other platforms. We are also working on how ride-hail services can better cater to the needs of wheelchair users and families with young children. We will work with ride-hail operators to make it easy for commuters to indicate that they have a foldable wheelchair or require a child seat when booking a trip. Currently, not all ride-hail apps provide these options upfront, and commuters have to make a separate request, which might be missed. We will also require ride-hail apps to indicate if a matched vehicle can accommodate a foldable wheelchair or carries a child seat. This will apply to all bookings, so that commuters with such needs are alerted and can cancel and rebook an appropriate vehicle if they forget to request for one. If in spite of these measures, PHCs with insufficient boot space or no child seats are matched to commuters with such needs, operators will allow drivers to cancel the booking without penalizing them. Taken together, these measures will benefit both commuters and drivers. For commuters, it will be easier to indicate their needs and rebook an appropriate vehicle if wrongly matched. Drivers will be allowed to cancel a booking without incurring a penalty if the commuter had omitted to indicate their needs or booked the wrong service. This helps to avoid misunderstanding and inconvenience to both drivers and commuters. The changes will be implemented towards the end of this year as part of operators' license renewal. We will also monitor the matching rate for such commuters and the availability of PHCs that meet their needs.